Hey there, Faustketeers. It's me, Christa Faust. As a thank you to everybody who contributed to my Kickstarter campaign, I've decided to post a short excerpt from the second Butch Fatale novel, The Big Sister. It's just a little teaser, a taste of the work in progress. The Bright Spot's a local Echo Park diner that's been around since the pre-hipster days, but has been terminally infected by its trendy new neighbors. Ironic thrift store paintings, vegan cupcakes, and slothful waitstaff sporting fake glasses and porn mustaches. It wasn't too busy when I walked in. A handful of bed-headed trust fund types at the counter slouched over laptops. A quartet of interchangeable, barely legal lesbians who looked like Justin Bieber, any one of which could have been dating any other one. A preoccupied, expensively suited fat woman, nose buried in her iPhone, power lunching alone in the booth farthest from the door. A post-punk 40-something straight couple with a plaid-swaddled baby laughing softly at some private joke. There was a lanky, tattooed psychobilly chick with Betty bangs and a coffin-shaped purse sitting alone in a booth by the door, nervously picking lime green sparkle polish off her bitten nails. I pegged her for my client right away. "Hi," I said, turning on the charm. "You Tempest?" She looked up at me, frowning. No. At that point, her pompadour boyfriend decided to return from the John, all bantamweight bluster and ready to get in my face for trying to move in on his woman, until he saw my tits. Then he just looked confused. "Sorry," I said, showing my palms. "I thought you were someone else." "Ms. Fatale?" A warm, deep female voice from behind me made me spin to face the fat, solitary woman in the back booth. She certainly didn't look like a fetish model in her custom-tailored taupe suit and subtle, tasteful jewelry. Her thick auburn hair was swept up in a timeless chignon, and her full-cheeked, classically beautiful face was made up just enough to look not made up. But it wasn't just the classy duds that had made me look right past her. This broad was big. Not just a little chubby, but bra-busting, booty-popping, BBW big, all soft ice cream curves that she could barely squeeze into the narrow booth. Then she stood up, extending her hand for me to shake, and I saw how big she really was. Now keep in mind, I'm no shrimp. At 5'10", I tend to tower over most of the women I meet, and plenty of the men, too. Not Tempest. In her size 15 aubergine stilettos, she was easily a foot taller than me, if not more. 400 pounds if she was an ounce. Exaggerated hourglass figure that made Christina Hendricks look like Kate Moss. Curves turned up to 11. Femzilla. Each one of her smoky nylon stockings was big enough for an average woman to use as a sleeping bag. Her extended hand was enormous, each flawlessly manicured crimson fingernail the size of a buck knife. Shaking that hand made me feel like a little kid. Her overflowing eye-level breasts made me feel way more grown up. It was impossible not to stare. Impossible not to imagine what it might be like with a woman like her. Because she wasn't just physically large. She was aggressively sexual, confident, and intimidating, unapologetically taking up space. So many big women seem to unconsciously apologize for their size, curling in on themselves and hoping no one will notice them. This woman demanded to be noticed, and it worked. I noticed. I noticed hard.